guys, we have a new Lightwork Volume 7 Freedom Palette from the queen, the one and only Danessa Myricks. Let's open her up. Look at this. We have some everyday neutral mattes. Okay, we have some cooler tones, beautiful textures that Danessa is so known for. I cannot wait to play. You know you can expect a review from me. Thank you, Danessa. Congratulations. It's so stunning.
Hey guys, needless to say, I am excited. So here is the review. Here is the review for you and also for me. Here is the palette, Danessa Myricks Lightwork Volume 7 Freedom Palette. We've got 3 individual palettes in this one, fully magnetic, fully customizable, available at the end of the month. And I am just really excited to play. So this is going to be a very short intro. I'm going to jump right into it. So subscribe if you are here for this. Leave me some thumbs up, some comments, and let's play. Alrighty, so first and foremost, this particular Freedom palette is actually in celebration of Danessa Myricks Beauty 10-year anniversary, okay? DMB forever. And because it's 10 years, there's actually 10 different finishes in this palette. So I'm gonna pop up a close-up so you guys can see all the different textures. We have tons of foils. We have various takes on duochromes and multichromes and just chromes. We have foils. We actually have 5 matte shades in this palette. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I think this is what makes this particular palette very special, is that not only does it look very wearable, I think this is probably the only palette that you need to create a multitude of looks, from daytime looks to really sultry nighttime fun and vibrant artistic looks. So I am really, really excited. Obviously, you guys know how we feel about Danessa Myricks around here. And so, you know, I want to dip right in. Of course, as always, I want to give you guys all the deets on when this will be available. So basically this comes out on Sephora app preview on October the 9th. In store at Sephora, it'll be available at the end of the month on October 30th. And you can get it at DanessaMyricksBeauty.com on October 10th. This is $128 US and 173 Canadian. I mean, wow, that inflation is even inflating me. That's pricey. That is very, very pricey. Canada, I'm sorry. It is what it is. But we have 10 groundbreaking finishes, 18 infinitely wearable shades for all skin tones and makeup styles, 3 curated mini palettes. So before we begin, let's actually not hurt the palette. Let's stack them, because this is what's so fun. I think this one looks to me like the most wearable one out of all of them. So I'm going to put that one on top. This one here is very vibrant and pinky green. I'm going to put that one second. And then the blue one, the cooler tone palette, I'm going to put on the bottom, but of course you could do whatever you want. Also, I believe each of these individual pans also pop out. Just nicked one of the shadows. Oh my God. Maybe I should just not use a pen. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Or maybe no, they don't. They don't pop out through the back, but I swear I saw somebody pop one of these out. I don't have the proper tool for it, so I'm not going to ruin the palette. I'm not going to ruin these pans, so I'm going to leave it at that. Of course, we've got a mirror here. I'm actually going to use this mirror today. So here we go. Fully customizable, fully magnetic. Into the pouch it goes so that I can travel with it. Boom. So now I was actually talking with someone on my DMs today, because I literally just got it in the mail today. I did an unboxing, and so I got a lot of questions, got a lot of commentary on this palette. And some people are saying that this is one of the first times that they're actually super interested in a Danessa Myricks chromatic type of palette, because there are mattes and because this one looks super, super wearable, right? So I've gotten a couple of comments like that. And, you know, to me, I find that all of Danessa Myricks Beauty palettes are interesting. They are probably the most interesting palettes, the most interesting eyeshadows out there. But I guess to a different type of consumer who wants something a little bit more wearable, this is probably the closest that you will get to wearable with Danessa, you know, and everyone's wearable, I guess, is different. But in this case, you can definitely see there are a lot more earthy tones, a lot more flesh tones, and obviously the mattes. So I'm talking a lot. Let's actually create some looks. I'm going to apply some concealer on my lid first and foremost. Of course, I'm going to do 2 different looks. I'm wearing nothing on my skin right now. The reason why is because I want to apply my foundation afterwards, because there are so many metallic metallic, shimmery, foiled eyeshadows in this palette. I just want to have the freedom to play, you know, without worrying about fallout, without worrying about blending or anything like that. So right now I used concealer shade 8, the Yummy Skin Concealer, of course. And now I'm going to use also Danessa's powder. This is the Evolution powder shade pink, just to lock that in place. And on this side of my face, or on this eye, I definitely want to reach for some of these browns and neutrals. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go in with this light taupey shade. It's kind of like a taupey gray, and gently wash that across my lid, kind of like across the eye socket. This is a great base for a smoky eye, whether you're going for something dramatic or something very everyday. And it's especially great for my skin tone because it kind of just blends in, but it perfects the skin, as you can tell. Love that. I'm gonna add a little bit more to outer portion like that. Boom. And I'm gonna deepen that with the other brown shade. This one's a little bit cooler, almost like a smoky medium brown. Same brush. This is Sigma Diffused Crease E38. Applying that a little bit lower, but concentrating that on my outer corner. And so what I like to do sometimes is close my eyes so I could really see where I'm placing it, and then opening it and blending it exactly where I want it to look the most diffused when my eye is open. So basically I place it and then I kind of blend it. Very easy to work with, just a few little strokes, easy peasy. Did you guys know that reviewing eyeshadow palettes is probably my favorite kind of video? I always find it just the most fun. I don't know if it's because I just really miss eyeshadow palettes. All right, so now I'm gonna dip into the brown. Obviously, if you're creating a look, you don't need all these browns for a single look, or you can use them all, you know? But right now I just want to test as many of these eyeshadows as possible. So I'm going to apply that in a diagonal to my crease and to my outer corner. Basically the outer crease like that. A little bit on the lower lash line, outer third, like that. Ooh! Ooh, so sultry, so fall appropriate. I love this type of brown. It's just enough to give the eye a little bit of interest, but it's still very wearable. And I'm gonna kind of diffuse the edge, just like that. All right, so if you look at this palette without actually focusing on it, you can see how the colors really shift, right? But then once the camera focuses on it, you can no longer tell how it shifts, right? So now that I'm looking at it with my naked eye, they no longer look gold and bronze. Now they're looking kind of green, actually. So that's what makes it so fun and so interesting. So I'm gonna dip right into the one that I nicked, unfortunately. And with my finger, I'm gonna apply that straight across the lid. Ooh! This color on the screen looks gold, but in my mirror with the naked eye, it reminds me of a bug. Like that beautiful color that you find in nature that's super reflective, almost like a shield, you know? So gorgeous. It has a bit of olive undertone, but honestly super wearable. And now I'm thinking maybe a little bit of this one on top. And some of these actually have a sheer overtone. Like this second shade that I added is almost sheer actually. It kind of disappeared off my finger, but the reflex and the sparkles is what gives it that interest. And it totally changes the feel of the eyeshadow underneath. Isn't that just so genius? Isn't that so fun? I can't even imagine the number of combinations you can come up with if you use these eyeshadows in different ways, over or under, or just the endless combinations, just the endless possibilities. That's what always fascinates me about Danessa's products, you know? And you can keep layering and keep layering and keep playing. At some point, you just have to tell yourself to stop. But damn, that looks so pretty. So this shade here, although it looks white, it has a lot of different reflex. So I'm gonna apply that to the inner corner. Actually, they all go expertly together. Although it looks white, it definitely reflects gold. And so it's absolutely perfect. I'm gonna add a little bit here. So good. And then also, he sent this really nifty little tool. Who says nifty anymore? Where did I just come up with that word? This is called a chrome amplifier applicator. And basically it just has this rubber little tip. It's kind of flat on the side. And so it's supposed to amplify the chromes that you pick up. I already dipped into this one, so let me just go ahead and see what happens. I want to add this to my lower lash line. And also I'm kind of like working to close that hole that I created. Yeah, let's just leave that. Ooh. That's actually really cool. You know what? I want to try out this one. This one to the naked eye looks purple. On the screen, it looks green. So I guess it's purple and green. I'm going to add just a little bit of that in a wing to the bottom. Do you see that? I think we're looking good. All right. So now, just for funsies, I'm going to use this Lisa Eldridge Burnt Umber Glide On Pencil. I've been loving this one in the waterline. Look how smoldering that is. And somehow it just makes my brown eyes look more brown. It's so interesting. Then I'm going to take just a clean brush and kind of diffuse this little edge. You know what's amazing? Every time I apply eyeshadows when I'm already wearing my foundation, inevitably I get some type of a fallout, or I will get foundation, or I will get eyeshadow on my foundation somehow by like pricking it or whatever. This time, no foundation on my face, not a single fleck of fallout. What's up with that? And I'm not even being extra careful, but literally I could just apply my foundation. I don't even need my removers. This is so pretty and so fall ready. I'm not fall ready, but my eyes definitely are. I'm gonna use this brown Too Faced liner, just the slightest wing. So fun. And maybe just a bit in the inner corner too. Ooh, she is sultry. All right, quick mascara. Obviously there's no foundation yet, so let's just judge the eye. I'm gonna show you a quick close-up of just the eye. I feel like it's so hard for the camera to catch all the nuance, all the intricacies of these shades. They are so complex, they are so multifaceted, they're multichromatic, and like what I'm seeing in my mirror is not what I'm seeing in my monitor, and it is definitely not what I'm seeing in my phone camera. So that's just like a bit annoying to me, but that also tells me that these are far beyond what meets the eye, and it's definitely far beyond what the camera can see. That's for sure. All right, so now let's move on to the other eye. I want to do something totally different. I actually want to dip into these purple shades that look very purple on camera and very green in person because they are multi-chromes, like I said, but we are going to go for it. If you guys know me, if you watch my videos a lot, you know that typically I would go for this blue. I would do like an all blue kind of smoky black look, which is what I always do whenever I'm playing with color. But today I dare to be different, so I dare to just dip into something else. But I am going to go for the cool gray as my base. So I'm going to pick up another brush, Morphe M502. This one's clean. Wait, first I need to put concealer on my lids real quick. Okay, lids are prepped and primed. Now I'm going to go in with that second shade that I used on this eye, the slightly grayed out nudie shade. This is going to be my all over shade that I'm placing right in the eye socket and kind of winging out. So it's going to look a bit like a whale's tail. You see it, right? Next, I'm going to dip into the gray. Same brush. So the gray, I'm going to apply to the outer and also to the inner corners of the eye socket and movable lid. And I'm going to take a more precise brush, this one from Wayne Goss, and just kind of sort of deepen that a little bit. Deepen that in the inner corner like that and in the outer corner like that. So fun. Oh my God. So fun. And then whatever's remaining on the brush, just want to gently run that across my lower lash line. Ugh, excuse the vocal fry. What was that? Lower lash line. Terrible. So good. So good. So see, now I really wanted to go for those purples and now I don't. Now I want to do something totally different. Oh, damn. What do I do? Kind of want to dip into this instead because it looks so cool and different, like a taupe, like a champagne-y taupey shade. And I want to pop that in the center here because this is what it's screaming for. Totally not what I was going for, but you know what? I have a feeling this is going to be my go-to palette for my birthday at the end of the month. And also I have a lot of events this month, actually. I have a lot that I'm planning, a lot in store. And I'm just thinking that this is one of many uses of this palette. So although I really wanted this eye to be dramatic, it's starting to lean a little bit more ethereal and alien-esque, and I kind of like it. All right, so now I feel like I need to add black. I need to add a highlight. Thinking this for a highlight. Just gonna use my pinky since it's clean. Add that in there. Ooh, I love the fact that this is pink. You know what? I'm gonna add that to the center of that lid as well. Extra dimension. I'm gonna pop that all the way to the brow bone. Yeah. And now I'm thinking maybe I should just go ahead and add that purple, but not in the way that I initially intended. I'm gonna grab this Mario brush. Gonna reach for this purple because I feel like this one might be a foiled flake finish. I'm not sure if that's what I want. Oh yeah, adding that to the inner part and to the outer part, right on top of that gray, just kind of meeting everything together. This looks so stunning, you guys. I don't think this translates on camera one bit, but in my mirror, the party that is happening on my lids is undeniable. It is just so good. I feel like you could possibly feel it more than you can see it. Yeah. So now I need something on the bottom of that lid. I'm thinking it should definitely be that purple. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab that applicator, little silicone-y applicator. Gonna grab a bit of that purple that I used on the corners. I'm really just gonna paint it across my lash line, lower lash line. So pretty. No words. So of course you could leave it here, but I'm gonna add some liner. I have this Stila Stay All Day waterproof liquid liner. Just gonna add a slight wing. Nothing too crazy, nothing too dramatic. This Stila liner is felt tip, by the way. So I always like to clean it up. Right now I'm cleaning it on a little paper towel, just because when you're dragging it over shimmery shadows, it always gets contaminated and it never really works the same afterwards. So always clean it up while it's still wet. All right, and now I'm thinking I don't really need anything in the waterline of this eye. Really just want to keep it easy and ethereal. And now let's finish up the skin real quick. We're going to move through this very, very quickly. And I've got these Neutrogena makeup remover wipes. And why do I have them? Because Danessa just collabed with Neutrogena on this product. So this is from her collab. Congrats on that once again. I'm just going to clean up my skin real quick. There's practically no fallout, but you want to get real close under the swing. Just do that, you know, one little trick. All right, for skin, I'm going to start with the Yummy Skin Blurring Balm Powder in translucent. I'm going to add that all over my face. I'm just going to use my foundation brush. I like to use this to prime, to smooth down my pores, my texture, and to keep myself nice and matte all day. This is the combo that works for me. If you guys watch my videos all the time, you already know this, and I don't have to say it again. But for those of you who are new, you should know this is what I do, and I'm super, super oily, and this is what works. Upsolite, baby. For my foundation, actually, I'm going to add a little bit of blush. I'm gonna go with this Jane Iredale Cinnamon Girl. This also just landed on my lap today. Rare Beauty blush brush. Ooh, I love how moussey and velvety it is. Super, super easy to apply. Super easy to blend out. Nice color payoff. Gorgeous. And on the other side, I'm gonna use Sugar Magnolia just because we're going for slightly cooler. I'm gonna apply that higher. Boom. For my foundation, Dior Backstage. This is just my go-to whenever I'm in a rush, whenever I just need something to really work. Really like to apply it kind of under the blush. I'm not doing any contouring today. Boom. Foundation is done. That was quick. Quick color correct with my Cali Ray. And then quick conceal, quick under eye set. Realize I forgot to blend out a corner of my mouth. And here we go. I'm gonna use this pure powder foundation to just blot the forehead ever so slightly. The face. All right, let me show you the other eye up close and personal. Now both eyes. So here is my look number one. And I feel like for look number two, I need to actually change my lips. So hold on a minute. All right, new lip, look number two. Which one's your fave? I feel like this look is very fall appropriate, very seasonal, very sultry. And this one is a little bit understated, but I feel like it goes really well with my earrings and with my mixed metals jewelry. So of course I like them both. And of course I had so much fun playing. This is definitely gonna be a palette that I'm gonna be reaching for a lot because it has all the colors that I want from an eyeshadow palette. It has the neutrals, it has the mattes, it has all the unique different shimmery shades that switch at the flicker of light or at the slight turn of your head, you know? So to me, this is what fun makeup is all about. This is what makeup is all about. It's about having fun. And I definitely had fun playing with this. So am I excited for it? Yeah. Am I gonna keep reaching for it? Hell yeah. Am I ready to celebrate 10 years of Danessa Myricks Beauty? I'm already there. I'm there like yesterday. I have a feeling that this is a palette that a lot of people are gonna like. This is unique for Danessa Myricks Beauty. It is wearable, but it is also dramatic. It is also artistry driven. It kind of has the best of everything that a makeup artist or a makeup lover would want. So those are my final 2 cents. That's my verdict. That is my truth, and I'm sticking to it. Here are my 2 looks. Frankly, I love them both, but let's see what the swatch model thinks. Ding, ding, ding. I need your input.
Yes, ma'am.
Which of my eye looks do you like? This one?
Wow, they're really both good. That's a tough one. They actually look good together.
Do they?
Yeah. I mean, I'd be into it. Why not? I can't know if I could pick. I like the gold for the bright night, but then that other color, that beautiful, like that is, it's fire. I can't pick. But I'm also distracted by that lippy you got on.
Oh, that lippy.
I love that color because I think that what it does is like it's bold on its own, but also like it's keeping up with such a like sophisticated, amazing eye look. So it's like, wow, all that eye look and that lip is still like, I'm lipping. Sorry. too much?
Maybe a little too much, but that's okay. Maybe we'll get to that in another video, perhaps. Anyways, you guys, that is my video. That is my review. I am here for this palette, clearly. Lightwork, volume 7. You are here to stay. 7 is my favorite number. And also, we're celebrating 10 years of Danessa Myricks Beauty. So congratulations to Danessa and to the team. On that note, I am zooming on out. I'm inviting you guys to check out more of my videos. I have so many Danessa Myricks reviews, by the way, so click on them and I'll see you in the next one. Deuces!